Hi, friends. Did Jesus really talk with the dead? Did he? Let us look closely at this scripture, Matthew chapter 17, verse 1. And after 6 days, Jesus taketh Peter, James, and John his brother, and bringeth them up into a high mountain apart. Verse 2, and was transfigured before them, and his face did shine as the sun, and his raiment was white as the light. Verse 3, and behold, there appeared unto them Moses and Elias talking with him. There is a serious misinterpretation of the scriptures. Some think that Jesus was talking to the dead. Therefore, there is nothing wrong doing the same. But let us closely look at the scriptures, especially verse number 3, where it says Moses and Elijah talked with Jesus. These two are known to have died. Let us note the following points below. Number 1, Elijah never died. He was carried to heaven by the chariots of fire. So it was legitimate for him to appear at the mountain of transfiguration. He was in his natural body. He never died. Number 2, yes, Moses died at 120 years, and God buried him according to scripture, and somehow God raised him and set him in heaven for the great task in the tribulation as a witness with Elijah. Note that just like Lazarus, who was dead, buried for 4 days, and his body was rotten, Jesus miraculously raised him up. His death did not count for a real death, because after real death must come judgment, Hebrews 9:27. And after real death must come resurrection with glorified body. After real death, you can't be in your natural body. The soul must go to the Sheol Hades, especially before the death of Christ. But after Christ, the believer's soul go up to heaven, while the unbelievers go down to hell. But the requirement of the witness is that they must be in their natural bodies. Take note of that. So God somehow raised Moses, and Moses' death did not count for a real death, so that he will die at the tribulation. No man is allowed to die twice and be resurrected twice, according to Hebrews chapter 9, verse 27. At the end of their ministry as witnesses, the beast will kill them. Their bodies will remain in the streets. 3.5 days later, however, God's 2 witnesses will be resurrected and in full view of their enemies and ascend to heaven. Remember that corpse of that man, that dead man who was thrown in Elisha's tomb, the man came back to life. This was not counted for a real death. That is why Moses then appeared at the mountain of transfiguration, because he basically never died. You see that? Therefore, Moses and Elijah could not be seen as ancestral spirits or as dead people who talked with Jesus. Moses and Elijah were real men who were in their natural bodies, not souls or spirits. You get that? Look, the dead or the departed are souls, not spirits. So they cannot be in any way called ancestral spirits. Angels are ministering spirits. Demons are foul or unclean spirits. You see that? Hope you got something out of this. Remember, Jesus was not speaking with the dead in the high mountain of transfiguration. Thanks. See you in part 6. Lots of love. Shalom.